Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today I'm doing a full solo playthrough of Shallow Sea with the Nesting Seasons expansion. This is a multi-layered puzzle game inspired by the colorful ocean landscapes of the Great Barrier Reef. Now I went ahead and I got everything set up for a solo game. There's actually several different modes of play. You can play the family mode, which strips away most of the complexity and offers streamlined scoring, or you can set up a fully randomized game using just the base game or mixing in any number of the 4 modules from the expansion. Instead, I've decided to play the scenario mode. The base game contains 15 scenarios and the expansion contains 10 more. Today we're going to be playing with the first expansion scenario, with all of the new modules included. That means I've mixed all the coral tiles together. I've taken the exact sea life tiles mentioned in the scenario. In the solo game, you're going to take 2 of each tile and then mix them together. We're using the ecosystem card Mismatched, and we followed these scenario instructions in order to set up the Turtle Island module. We set the lionfish card next to our board, which is only used in the solo game. I then laid out 5 coral tiles, 5 fish tokens, and 5 sea life tiles to form drafting pools. We start with 2 seashells, and now for the final part of setup, we must select one of these 5 sea life tiles and add it to our board. I have a little bit of a plan, which I'll describe here in just a little bit, but it involves taking this tile, and I'm going to place it right there on my board. We're now just going to replace that. Keep in mind, when placing this on the board, I can turn this in any direction that I want, but I want it just like that. And there we go. That is setup complete. We can now officially begin. This is a normal difficulty scenario, and in order to win, we're going to need to get 160 points or more. When you're playing some of the scenarios in the base game, there's also an additional objective that you have to meet, but for these expansion scenarios, it's just a score that you have to beat. So for us, it's 160. On our turn, we need to select 1 tile and 1 fish that is associated with that tile. So in other words, we have 10 different options here that we could choose from. I think I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to take the corresponding fish. And now I need to place these 2 things onto my board. When placing, the tile needs to be adjacent to another tile that's on the board. And by adjacent, that means it could go here, 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 or here. Basically all the spaces surrounding. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And once again, I could arrange these however I want. I can spin this. It doesn't have to go face up. I think I kind of like it just going like that. I think that'll be fine. Now this is a coral tile, and the coral comes in 4 different colors. You can see this is a yellow coral. The number in the middle is how many points we'll get at the end of the game if we complete this piece of coral. And the way we complete it is by having fish surrounding it of the colors that are shown here. So we're going to need a yellow fish on either side and a purple fish on top. This one is blank, so we don't need to have a fish there. We could. It wouldn't change anything, but we don't need one. And we have a yellow fish right here, so the fish go on these bubbles. I'm going to put mine right there. Just like with the tiles, the fish have to go adjacent to tiles. And again, it could be here or here or here or even here, down here. Just has to be adjacent. Now, before we selected our tile and our fish, we could have spent our seashells to do one of 2 things. We can spend 1 seashell in order to take a different combination of tile and fish, not necessarily the 2 that are right next to each other. So if I really wanted to say have this purple fish there, I could have spent a seashell to take that one instead of the yellow. You can also use a seashell in order to refresh one of the 3 pools before you take your tile and your fish. So if I didn't like the coral tiles that were there, I could spend a seashell, remove all 5 of them, put 5 new ones out, and then put the removed coral tiles back into the bag. There's also no limit to the number of seashells that you can spend on a turn. So you can hold up to 5 at a time. You could spend all 5 messing with the pools if you want to. Great, that's the end of our turn. So now we just refill the pools. And now we get to go again. And we're just going to keep doing this until there are only 4 empty spaces on our board. Once there's 4 empty spaces, that's the end of the game and we'll score. Apart from just completing coral, we have many other ways of scoring points. We also want to complete these sea life tiles. Each game you'll have 10 different sea life tiles that each score in a different way. This tile here shows that symbol in the middle. That symbol means coral tiles that are different. And there's a 4 there, so that means that we need to have 4 completed coral tiles that are of a different color. And they need to be going in this direction or that direction. If we do that, we'll be able to flip this tile over and get 10 points. If we don't complete it by the end of the game, we'll still get 2 points for every different coral tile that we've completed in these 2 rows. Every one of these sea life tiles does have that incomplete scoring where you can get a little bit of points even if you don't complete it. My plan is to have, complete this yellow, have, a green, a red, and a purple, all 4 colors, in a line right here. Not only will that complete this particular tile, but it will also complete this goal up there. So on this turtle island, we actually have 2 goals that we're trying to complete to get points. The one to the left there just says to complete 4 coral tiles, in an adjacent diagonal line. So if we can pull that off, then we will not only complete this tile, but we'll also complete that goal. And if we complete that goal before the 13th round, as shown off to the side there, then we'll get 9 points. If we do it between the 13th and the 18th round, we'll only get 4 points. The second goal there is simply to have anywhere on the board 4 different completed coral tiles and 4 different colored fish. You'll see how that works in just a little bit, but for that one, we'll get either 10 or 6 points if we can complete it. So we're trying to do these as fast as possible. Another way that we can score points is with this ecosystem card. I'll explain that card in just a second. First, let's just keep playing and let's see if we can find out what we want to select here. I think I'm going to select this tile. I'm going to place it right here just like that. And then we'll get this green fish, which I'll put there. I don't want to spend any seashells, so that's it. These turns go by very fast. I now want either a purple coral or a red. If I got that red coral, yeah. Let's grab that. We can turn it like this so the green matches both of those. So that one fish is doing double duty. This yellow can go here. And if you look at this tile, I didn't explain this, but you can see these white ones there. That's a wild. Any color of fish can go into those 2 spaces. But they have to be filled. So it's not the same as this blank where there can be nothing. We do need to fill those, but it can be any color. So now we're just a purple fish here from completing that coral. One little rule is if you ever have 4 of the same color of coral or 4 of the same color of fish out, you can, volunteer if you want to do a reset. Well, now to complete my plan, which was to have 4 different colors of coral going all through here, I just need a purple one right there. Feels like that's a good one. Could put it like that. Or like this to double up with that green. Yeah, let's do that. And then we have this green fish and we'll put it right there. Okay, great. I got my line of 4 different coral. Now, all I need to do to complete this is to actually complete each of these coral by surrounding it with the fish it wants. We're getting there. Ooh, there's a very easy one to do. Okay, well, we wanted a purple fish. There's a lot of purple fish out there. And now we kind of need to start deciding how we're going to arrange some more of these sea life. Okay, I think I will go for this tile. So I'm doing the sea life. I'm going to do it like this with the arrow pointed that direction. Now this one is somewhat similar. We're looking in that direction, and what it wants is different colored fish on the coral. And again, you'll see that in a second. In fact, I'll show you right now, because we're getting this purple. It's going to go right there, and boom, that coral has now been completed. So what we do is we flip it over, and now we have to put one of the fish that was, responsible for completing that coral onto it. And I'm going to put this purple on there. And that is what this is all about. That's showing that it wants different colors, 3 different colors of fish in this direction on the coral. So completed fish. And one of the reasons I put the purple fish and not one of the yellows is that we have mismatched. And what this is saying is that we're going to get 2 points at the end of the game for every coral that has a mismatched colored fish on it. So this here is going to be 2 extra points at the end of the game. Fantastic. So now we got to come down here. Oh, and I forgot. Every time that you complete either a coral or one of these sea life tiles, you get a seashell. Now there's one other use for seashells, and that is that at any point during your turn, you can spend 2 seashells in order to move a fish that you've already placed out to a different location. That can be very handy because, once you've completed a coral, like this fish right here is not doing anything yet, it could be in a position where, you might want to move it to a more advantageous spot. And using seashells is what this card is all about, this solo card. Anytime that you need to spend seashells, instead, you can put a fish onto this card. At the end of the game, the first 2 fish you put on here, won't count for anything, but every additional fish will reduce your score by 2. So if you really need the seashells and you don't have them, you can use this card to get around it. Okay, I think that's all the rules now, so we can keep going and figure out our plan here. We need green, red, and purple fish. I think I'll grab this guy. And we'll put him right there. And then we'll get that green, which can go right there. Again, doing double duty. Really need a red fish to come out. Sort of reddish orange, I guess. And no, I am not cheating. Okay, this is actually perfect. Let's take this and put it here. And then we'll put this red fish right there. That's now completed this coral, so we can flip it. Get a seashell. And we'll put that yellow fish on. Perfect. That's going to be another 2 points there. Now this tile here is saying that we need 4 different colored coral that is, in the areas surrounding it. And again, for these, it's always completed coral. So right now, once we complete this one, that'll be 3. And so we'll just need 1 other completed coral that's purple on one of these areas. And then boom, we've got that. So this one is piggybacking nicely off of our row here. And that's really what this game is all about, trying to get these things to fit in just perfectly. All right. That's a similar one, but it wants 4 fish of a different color. I could get that purple, but I don't really like that. I think I'm actually going to spend one of my seashells to completely wipe this fish pool. So we just move those off to the side. We're going to refresh that. Hopefully get some red. I said hopefully get some red. There we go. And then these will go back in the bag. Did that help my situation? Maybe. I mean, I want to put a purple here. So I could get something like this and put it right here. It's not a bad idea. This would also be an easy one to place right here. Yeah, actually, going like that. That's 2 different fish, as long as I put green right there, although that would match. But I could put a red here and then boom, put it over there. Okay, we don't need to do that yet, though. I think I'm going to take this and put it here. This will be the same idea, but it's worth a few more points. And then I can use this purple here. Oh, wait, I can't do that. I broke the rule. It's got to be adjacent. I could put it here. No, no, no. Can't do that. So, okay, we'll do this because I can do that. So that's touching. And then we'll get this. We'll put that here. This coral is now complete. And I think I want to put a green on there, right? Yeah. This green. And we're going to get a seashell. Okay, that worked. Okay, I need a purple here. Purple coral here. For this. Oh, and this would be perfect right there, actually. Oh, absolutely. We're doing that. So we're putting this here. Right, we need 4 different types of fish around there. We already have 3 different types, so we just need a red on that, which we can easily do. We get this purple fish up here. And then I'm going to spend 2 of my shells in order to move this fish to here. Or wait. No, move this fish. Yeah, move this fish to here. Bang. We've now completed this. Flip it over. I'm going to put a red on there. Get a seashell, and now we have completed this. We have 4 different colored coral in this line. So we now get to flip this over, get another seashell, and that's going to be 10 points at the end of the game. And now, not only that, but we've completed that as well. You can see here we have less than 13 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got in under the wire. And then we've also completed that one. Now, you can't complete 2 of these in the same turn. So we're going to have to do that one on our next turn, but it'll be fine. We'll still be under 13. Okay, for this one, we're also going to need something here. And then put a different fish on there. So let's not forget that. We want a red fish there. And boy, we could actually just move that green fish to there and then complete that. So yeah, so that's pretty good. Now, another way we're going to score at the end of the game, which I didn't mention, is that we do score for a diversity of these different wildlife, or the sea life. So we'll be getting 2 points at the end of the game for each different type of sea life tile that we've completed. This is just another thing to keep in mind. I think I might just grab this guy and put it right like that. Just nice and simple and easy. We can then put this here. We can spend 2 to move this green fish over to here. That's going to complete this. Get a shell. We'll put that on. Ooh, actually, I'm going to back that up for a second. Can I just do that in a slightly different order? I'm backing it up a little bit. Instead of moving that green over, I'm going to move this yellow to here. Okay. That's going to complete this, so I'll get that shell. We'll flip it. And I'm going to put that yellow onto there. Now I'll move that green over. And I'm going to spend 1, and then I'm going to put a random fish on this card as 2, another 2 shells in order to move this purple fish over to here. Now we're going to complete that. That's going to give me 1 shell. I'm going to put that fish on. And now we've completed a bunch of things. We've now completed this because we have 3 different fish. So we get to flip that and get a seashell. And then we've also completed this one. Oh no, actually we haven't, because this is yellow. Oh, we need a purple fish. Okay, so we haven't completed that yet.
Hey buddy, they don't call me the clownfish because I'm the smartest tool in the sea, if you know what I mean. But even I can tell you've completed that tile. So, I guess you're the clown now, huh? Ha ha, burn.
Okay, but still, that was good. All right. Let's take this one. Go like that. And now I'm going to spend 1 so that I can take any of the fish. I don't have to take that green one. Let's just go ahead. I'm going to take this one. Oh, and I nearly forgot. We do have that. That's just 4 different colors of completed coral and 4 different colors of completed fish, and they can overlap, so our little plan there worked out perfectly. That's going to be 19 points at the end of the game just for that. That's awesome. So we're going to fill this up. Ugh. All right, I really need purple. I could move that purple guy. I think I'm going to go with this. I can place this right here. Ah, I wish that had come out earlier. Oh, there's too much green up there. Okay, I need to start planning on what I'm going to do over here. Put a red there, a purple there. Actually, I could put this right here, and that could actually work. Now instead, I could get that thing, put it right here. That just needs 3 different coral. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that seems easier. We'll put that there. And so it's in this column, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be like right next to it. It's just anywhere in this column. So it doesn't matter that this one is blocking it. We'll get the purple that we need. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 2 shells. So 1, and then I'm going to put 1 on the lionfish card. Those 2 aren't going to cost me any points. From now on, if I use this, it's going to cost me 2 points each time. So we may want to try to avoid using it. But that's going to let me move this fish over here. We'll complete that, which will give us a shell. Going to put the red fish on there. That now completes this one, because we have the purple, red, green, and yellow coral. That's another. Oh, wait a minute. I'm wrong. This is complete. Because we have red, purple, yellow, and green. So this thing's complete. I don't need that there. So this will flip over as well. Once we complete that, these 2 will be complete. Pretty good. Pretty good. Ooh, ugly. Now what we really need to start figuring out is what to do over here. Like I said, the game ends when there are 4 empty spots on our board. So we just have 4 more turns. This would be a nice, easy one that I could put down even right here or there. Just like an easy 5 points. It would add to my diversity, so it would actually be more like 7 points. I also have a lot of loose green fish that I could move over. So a coral like that would be useful. Just not a lot of good things to put over here. I'm a little bit at a loss. I think I'm going to go and take this. I'll put this here. I mean, I could even just do it like that. And then I'm going to spend 1 so I can take one of these yellows instead. We've completed this because those 2 are 2 different fish. So we can flip that right away and get one of these back. We have good diversity. That's pretty good. Oh, whoops. Wrong bag. Ah, no purple. Could definitely move one of the purple. Yeah, let's spend 1 to refresh this. Come on, purple. Are there any purple in the bag? There's one. Okay, there we go. That worked. I think I'll take this and put it up here. Because then I can make use of that, and those purples match. So we can put a purple right there. And then I'll spend 2 to move this purple to here. Yes, that completes this. We're going to get one of these. And did it matter what color I put there? No, I don't think it mattered. So let's put a purple. That completes both of these. That's 2 more of these. Okay, we're down to 2 more plays. Gonna struggle to complete any of these, really, as far as I can see. Because I could put this here. Now, again, you do get partial points, so I could put that here and get 1, 2 when I complete this, and possibly 3, which would be 6 points. Either 4 or 6 points. I might be better off just trying to complete a coral. I mean, I could just complete coral over here. Yeah, I think that might be my best shot. I'm going to grab this to go right there. Get this purple here. Boom, that's completed. I'm going to put the green on there. That's one of these. And I can now spend 2 to move this yellow to here to complete that. Just give me another one of these. Put that on there. Now, there's one other way that we're going to score at the end of the game, which I haven't mentioned, mostly because I forgot. But at the end, every one of our fish that isn't complete, right, that isn't on a coral tile, they're going to score 1 point for each adjacent completed coral. So, for example, this guy here, he'll score 2 points because he's adjacent to 2 coral. But if he was here instead, he'd get 3 points, right? This guy's getting 3. This one's getting 3. It looks like 3 is the best that anybody could do. There's no place to get 4, but like this one is only getting 1 point. Moving them over here would give it 3, so that could be extra points. Our seashells aren't going to be worth any points at the end of the game, so we might as well spend them. It doesn't look like I'm going to complete a coral. This is our last play. Actually, if I got this, that would be worth 6 points if I put it right here. Because that would be a yellow, a green, and a purple fish. So that's pretty good. I think I'm going to do that. And for this fish, we want it to be in a prime spot, so that's pretty good right there. That's 3 points. And then let's go ahead and spend 2 to move this one, who's only getting 1 point, to here, where it'll get 3 points. And I think that's it. We have 4 empty spaces, so that means that's the end of the game. All we need to do now is to add up our score and see if we got over 160. The first thing we're going to check out is how we did on the Turtle Island module. You can see here we got 19 points. We're then going to look at our eco card. In some games, you'll have 2 eco cards out, but for this game, we only had 1. And we're getting 2 points for each completed coral that has a different colored fish on it. And we did that a bunch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 points. Excellent. We're now going to go down each row and just count the points from the tiles themselves. At the top here, we have 7, 7, and 9. That's 14, 23. Second row is 18, 23 as well. Third row is 16, 25, 30. Fourth row, 22, 28. And the bottom row here is 1525. And then here we get partial points, 2 points for each one, 2, 4, 6. So 6 more, 31. All right, we now score 2 points for each different type of sea life tile that we completed. So this one won't count, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14 points. We're now scoring our incomplete fish. Again, they get 1 point for each completed coral that they're next to. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hope I did that right. All right, let's add all these together. And if I did my math correctly, that is 205. Remember, if you had extra fish here, you'd lose 2 points, but we didn't. Those 2 are free. So that's our final score, 205. We absolutely destroyed this. Anything over 160 is a win. And there you have it. That was a complete solo play of Shallow Sea with the expansion Nesting Season. I'd like to thank all of the financial supporters of Totally Tabled, including the totally radical Hextra, John Kohler, Scott Myers, and Jay Satterwhite, as well as the totally bodacious Tobias Schumacher. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can join on YouTube or my Patreon at www.patreon.com/totallytabled. You will gain access to my new exclusive podcast, Table Talk, as well as unboxing videos and whatever extra stuff I come up with. As always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.